I keep saying ha because I'm about to talk about Jesus in the Bible. Want to talk about it? Well, here it goes. Humada. Let me clear my throat. You see, boy, let me make some correspondences for you, boy, or girl. In English, that's girl. Girl. We're going to talk about yin, the dark side, and yang, the good side. You see, boy, a long times ago, this is what I look like. That's me, boy. I had teethuses. You see that, boy? I had teethuses. I had full cheeks. I was young. A young man. This is what I used to look like. Used to. This is what I look like now. Shit changed, boy. You go from one thing and you become the next thing. But so the point is, boy, to put the two things together. And then when they come together, now you got something, boy. So let's put two things together and see what we come up with, boy or girl. Today, let me take you over here with me. I just like it over here because I got the light coming through the window and you can see me. Now see over here, well, you can still see me. So I guess I'll stay over here. Anyway, we're going to talk about the two sides, yin and yang, of Jesus. Okay? I didn't get struck by no lightning yet, so I'm going to keep on talking. So we're going to talk about Jesus. See, I was just laying here in my bed. Welcome, as a matter of fact, welcome to my bed chamber. Don't you want to come in my bed chamber? That's a play on words, boy. Anyway, I was sitting here, or laying here. Well, I was sitting laying, like I am now, and I was thinking, there's a correlation between Jesus, hallelujah, and Dracula. Did I say that right? Dracula. Oh, just the Dracula side. The dark side. Anyway, don't mess with that dark stuff too much. But it's two sides of the same mountain. You see? One side of the mountain is shady, and the other side of the mountain is sunny. You wouldn't have shade if you didn't have sunny. My brother's name was Sunny. That's funny. Anyway, his nickname was Sunny. Anyway, Jesus was dead. He was dead, right? That's what they told us anyway. He was dead. They killed his ass. Anyway, he was dead, right? But Dracula is the living dead. Sounds similar to me. Let's move on. See, Jesus, or the people who call themselves Jesusites, Christianites or Christians, they eat them. I was supposed to put them together. They eat and drink the flesh and blood. They eat and drink the flesh and blood, right? But they make the flesh bread and the blood wine. Kind of like that part. Let's drink a lot of blood. It's wine, but in my mind, it's the blood and flesh. That's what you do in church. Am I making this shit up? Oh, we don't say shit in the church. Anyway, so Dracula bites the neck and sucks the blood. Wait a minute. Sounds like another correlation to me. One eating flesh and drinking blood, and the other one is biting flesh and drinking blood, but they both drinking blood. But one is symbolical, Jesus, and one is for real. We're going to talk about that because I knew somebody who went to a nightclub and they cut each other with razor blades and drank each other's blood. And yeah, no, I was told this to my face. Anyway, let's move on. So we get down after we drinking flesh and eating blood, all that shit. We don't say shit in the church. That one hurt. I wasn't supposed to hit myself there. Anyway, so after we drinking blood and drinking, eating fleshes and all that, then we, on Jesus' side, we have transfiguration, or, transforming from dead to alive, or something like that. But on the Dracula side, we have Transylvania, which is transformation into a bat or into a wolf. Why am I looking over there? There you go, over here. So, Jesus transfigured, but Dracula transforms. Let's move on. Oh, no, I'm supposed to be in a Jesus. See, that's how Jesus talk, because that's how preachers talk, right? So must be how Jesus talk. Hey, everybody, give me money. No, anyway, so maybe I put them out of order, but excuse me. I should have put this one first before the transformation stuff. Jesus was buried for 3 days. Buried. Well, according to them, according to the story, I guess he was special, so they put him in a cave or something. I forgot what a septical, some shit like that. We don't say shit in the church. They put him in something and put a big ass rock in. We don't say ass in the church. They put a big rock in front of tomb, and 3 days later, Jesus appeared to some people. They seen him, and they said, "Don't touch me," because he had holes in his hand. So he was still alive, but he said, "Don't touch me because I haven't gone to the Father yet." So he was still transforming, right? But he had buried 3 days, but Dracula, he must be buried in his native soil from Transylvania. Buried 3 days, buried in native soil. Sounds similar to me. Let's move on. Okay, I'm back to Jesus. So both of them are restricted to believers. You either believe in Dracula or you believe in Jesus. But you have to be a follower. You can't think. You can't think for yourself. I don't care who you follow. You're a follower. If you follow Jesus, you're a follower. If you follow Dracula, you're a follower. Either way, you're a follower. Follower. Let's move on. Jesus. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get rid of Dracula. Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." The life. I thought he said light. I don't know. I think he said life, though. Anyway, after death, because he is not the way, the truth, or the life in my house, because I'm living right now. I ain't got to wait till I die. I'm living right now. Why should I wait till I die to live? What's wrong with this picture here? So anyway, you got to go through Jesus to live in the afterlife. Because he definitely ain't around this mom. There's people living on the streets and dying and sick and crazy. Jesus ain't around the hood. Anyway, what about Dracula? I am the way of the living dead. So wait a minute. Jesus will come back and resurrect the dead. But Dracula bites you on the neck, sucks your blood, and you resurrect. The resurrection of the dead. Sounds similar to me. Let's move on. So, we have Jesus died on a cross. A cross, right? That's what we was told. And the cross was, I guess, back then, way back then, was made of wood. When you think about it, it's kind of ironic because Jesus was supposed to be a carpenter. Did he make the crosses? That was a not so funny Jesus joke. Anyway, so he died on a wooden cross. But Dracula fears the cross. All that type of shit. We don't say shit in the church. So Dracula fears the cross, but he also dies by a wooden stake. Well, I guess if my steak was made of wood and I have no teeth, I would die trying to eat a wooden. Anyway, Dracula dies from a wooden stake in the heart. Jesus died on a wooden cross and a spear pressing into his ribs. Sounds kind of almost similar to me. I don't know about you. Sounds pretty similar to me. Anyways, there's more. Let's move on. We talked about the fear of the cross. It's right there in the, well, maybe not the Dracula. But have you noticed, if you ever looked at a Dracula movie, they never equate him with the devil. They never equate him really with evil. Maybe some of the people in the movie say, he is evil. But it is never a, thingy of the movie. Dracula is not evil. He's just one side of the same coin. There is one more. You have to, Jesus, boy. Let's get back into Jesus. Jesus, you have to invite. You have to invite Jesus into your heart, boy. Because if he's not in your heart, boy, you're not really a believer or a follower of Jesus. But you have to invite Dracula into your home or he can't come in. Wait a minute. Either invite Jesus into your heart or Dracula into your home. Sounds similar to me. So, is there any more? They both had assistants. Jesus had Mary. Everybody was named Mary. So, Mary Magdalene, because his mother was Mary, his wife. Oh, we're not going to talk about Jesus' wife, are we? We're not going to talk about whose wedding it really was, where he created wine out of. They got more wine. He liked wine, didn't he? I'm going to drink me a bunch of blood when I turn off this video. Anyway, so Jesus traveled to other countries spreading the word. Dracula traveled around spreading Dracula. I'll bite you on the neck. So, sounds similar to me. They both have followers. When you are a follower, you are not being you. Be you. The Most High, which you call God, is nature. Do you know what the wind is? Do you know what the sun, fire is? Do you know what the earth that grows your food is? Do you know what water is? Do you know the 4 phases of water? But you know God, the creator of all things. Really? talks to that guy on the stage. Ha 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 ha. Give me some money. Ha ha. I don't know. That's all I was thinking about this morning. I'm out. Peace. I just keep bugging.